Hey y'all, welcome to part 2 of your first week of your first year of drum lessons. Today is going to be our first time touching the drum set, and I know you're already saying, wait Penny, you're sitting in front of the drum set, what the heck, I thought we were going to play on the drums. And we are, but first I want to talk about what happens on the drum set. The thing that makes the drum set a deep and rich instrument is certainly things you can do with your hands and things you can do with your feet. But for me, the beauty really comes in the coordination between hands and feet. And when we get all 4 of our limbs working together, it can be truly awe-inspiring, right? So I want to break down the pattern that we're going to do today. We're only going to do one pattern. It's really simple. It's going to involve counting. We're going to use our metronome. And then we're going to play along with a song that you probably know. And if not, I'm happy to introduce it to you. Okay, so before I turn on the metronome, let's talk about what the pattern is. So the other day we talked about groups of 4 being really important, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to get used to counting groups of 4 as quickly as you can. Practice it over and over again. When you're walking around, count your steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It'll feel silly, but the more you can just get so groups of 4 are internalized, it will help a ton, okay? So we're going to do a 4-note pattern over and over again. And the pattern goes, we're going to use our right foot and both of our hands, and we're going to stomp twice and then clap, okay? On the 4th note, so that was stomp, stomp, clap, all right? I said we got 4, that was only 3. On that 4th note, we're going to leave a space, okay? So it's going to be stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Okay? And that looks like this. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. If I want to count it, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The clever amongst you might already know what song this is, but no spoilers. So let's put on a metronome and just see how that works with a click. Let's try it at 100. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before we take that over to the drum set, I want to do one change. Instead of clapping with my hands, I'm going to play both hands at the same time. We call that a double stop. Okay? And so now I'm going to do stomp, stomp, snare. Stomp, stomp, hands. So stomp, stomp, hands. Stomp, stomp, hands. Stomp, stomp, hands. Stomp, stomp, hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, clap. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. basic, right? Just 3 notes with a rest at the end. So now, let's jump over to the drum set and let's talk about the parts of the drum set first. We'll do a really quick introduction to the drum set, and then we'll see how this pattern sounds on the drums, and then we'll play along with the song. Okay? So here we go. Okay, so here we are at the drum set. Let's really quickly talk about a couple parts of the drum set. I play a really big drum set, and everything that I play is a variation of one of the things we're going to talk about right now. Okay? This is the snare drum. It's the one with wires on the bottom, which you can turn on or off with this thing on the side called the strainer. It's the one that has the crispy sound. And with the snares off, right, it doesn't have that crispy sound. All of these other drums that I can play with my hands are tom-toms. The 3 here, call those either rack toms or mounted toms or side toms. And then the 3 with legs sitting on the floor, we call those floor toms. Your drum set, if you're just starting out and you have a standard drum set, you probably either have a snare drum and then 3 toms, 2 mounted toms and a floor tom, or just 1 mounted tom and a floor tom. So snare, tom, tom. I'm going to assume that you have 3 toms, and so when I write things out for us, not today, but in the coming weeks when I write things out, we'll have snare, tom 1, tom 2, and tom 3. Okay? So snare, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3. And then we also have bass drum. That's the one on the floor that you play with a pedal. Okay? And we'll talk about some foot technique a little bit later. For now, anything that you can do, whether it's leaving your foot right on the pedal or picking your foot up and dropping it. If you want to have the beater bounce off the head like I do, or if you want to have the beater pressed into the head, any of those are fine for now. We're not going to get too bogged down with foot technique right now. Okay. So, one more thing, and we're not going to use it today, but let's at least talk about it. The hi-hat pedal you control with your left foot. That's the cymbals that go up and down, right? And most of the time when you play those with your hand, you'll have that closed sound. There's a lot of cymbals that are part of the drum set too. Let's just talk about 2 others besides the hi-hat today. I've got a crash cymbal, and that, like the name says, we crash on. And usually that's how you hit it, right? On the edge with a glancing blow. You don't want to hit straight on because you can break the cymbal. And then finally, the ride cymbal. Also, we're not going to use any cymbals today, but just so that's in the back of your mind. The ride cymbal is the one that we play with the tip of the stick most of the time, and we play a pattern called a ride pattern, and that's where the cymbal gets its name. Okay, so now that we've gotten a little intro to the drum set out of the way, let's take that pattern we were doing, stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. Remember, we changed it so we were doing foot, foot, both hands, foot, foot, both hands. Let's see how that sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, Okay, so now let's play that song using the same pattern. If you haven't figured it out yet, we're going to play We Will Rock You by Queen. And first, I'm going to let it play just a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to find where the beat is and count the groups of 4, and then we'll play it. I'm not going to do anything fancy to start playing right at the song starts. I'm going to do this the way you'll do it at home, right? You're going to hear the song start, and it's going to take you a measure or two to find the beat and count along, okay? Don't worry about that. Don't feel like you need to start right away. We'll get there. We'll talk about how to do that later, okay? For right now, we're just going to play, we're just going to count in using the song itself as a cue, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, clap. Okay, so now we'll do the whole song. It's going to just be that pattern over and over and over again. The song's about 3 minutes long, so we're going to have plenty of time to feel the beat and get into the beat and feel that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Bass, bass, snare. Okay? And same thing, the song will start, and I'll wait a measure or two, and I'll count us in, and then we'll go. All right? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Okay, I played the song a few times, so I know where the end is coming from the guitar solo cue. But if you missed the end at first, that's fine. If you want to count how many measures the song is, or maybe count how many measures the guitar solo is. So even though we're not going to start right with the song start at the beginning, we can end right with the song ends. So that's it for this first week of your first year of drum lessons. We will do more on the drum set in future weeks. A bigger portion of the lesson will center on the drum set. But at first, we're just going to do some nice and simple coordination things to kind of ease us into the complexity that is this instrument. I am really excited about what the next few weeks and rest of the year are going to have in store for us. I hope you're excited. And just want to remind you to like this video and subscribe. And if you want to get notified of when the next lesson comes, make sure you hit the little bell and then you'll get a notification. But I can also tell you the next video is going to come out next Wednesday at noon. Okay? So you've got a little bit of time to practice over the weekend. We've got some hand stuff from the other day and the drum set stuff today. And next week we'll review a little bit of that and we'll learn some new stuff. All right. So have fun this weekend. All right. I will see you all again very soon. Love you guys.